Yo, skrtbag. How are we doing today, my guy? Skibbity boop bop. It's gonna be a long one, huh? Yeah, I heard. Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Good, dude.
Hell yeah.
Life updates.
Whoa.
We got approved for a house.
Okay.
Tuesday, I think it was, or yesterday. Signed the lease, so we're ready to move in June 28th. It's like right down the road from where we live. Fat fenced-in backyard, garage
Hell
out
yeah.
back, big
Hell
deck.
yeah. Hell yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet. Can't wait for you guys to come down and see it.
Fire flames, dude. What is
Yes,
up, Magoo?
I heard her voice like through my headphones, but I didn't make out what she said. And I was like, I hope she wasn't talking to me because I didn't hear a single
Not
thing
a
that
word.
woman said. And then she also just bought a new car.
A new car.
A Mazda CX-9.
Ooh.
In white.
In white.
Yeah.
All right.
Got a stellar deal on that bad boy. She's going to pick it up tomorrow with, I think her dad's coming down. And he's gonna like go over the paperwork and stuff with her, but she's picking it up tomorrow. Put the deposit down to hold it at the dealership. It's a done deal.
Wipe your hands with it. All right.
Yeah.
So you move in there June 28th?
Yeah, June 28th is move-in. But like they paid the security deposit and everything, so we're good to go. We're
Not
cooking.
bad, dude. And you don't get a whole lot of overlap.
Don't get no, because our lease here ends July 10th, so we'll have like that. Like we don't have to move all in one day, which would be nice.
Yeah, that's true. It gives you like some wiggle room.
I think I'm also like it's literally you know where so you know how the road on my house it's kind of like in between two roads?
Yeah.
So if you go out towards like the water side and bang a left and then just keep going straight for like not even a mile, it's in a community right there.
I feel like we never go that way.
Nah, there's not much over there. I mean, if we were to go to the beach, like if we went to Carolina Beach, that's the way we would go, but there's not like restaurants and bars. It's more like fast food and just like random other like businesses on a highway.
Yeah.
But the owner of Satellite lives in the same neighborhood, so it's like a pretty solid neighborhood, still within walking distance of Satellite if we wanted to.
Not bad.
But yeah, super stoked about that.
Hell yeah.
And what else is there? I don't know. I feel like it's just been like a long but good week.
Not bad.
What about you? What's going down on your family front?
I don't know, dude. I think.
I feel like you should.
Nah, I feel like just hanging out, dude.
Love that.
Hanging out, enjoying time, doing a lot of yard things. Put in the little garden. Yeah, put in the little garden area next to the shed. We repainted the shed so it doesn't look like it has burn marks on it anymore. It looks nice, actually.
Nice.
Just hanging out, dude. Low-key trying to find a job. Yeah. I've been doing a little golfing, hitting the links.
How's that going?
It's been better. I played.
I saw you got out yesterday. Yeah, it was yesterday. I didn't look at your final scorecard though.
Shot a 102, a 51, and a 51. But I started bad and I ended bad. And I was good in the middle. I had back-to-back pars at one point, which that's like I'm pretty much ready for the tour at that point, bro. Like, back-to-back pars, that's something serious.
You know, it's the worst when you do that. When you go back-to-back holes with a par, and then the third hole you have like a double or a triple. That's the worst feeling, dude. Because then you're like, what the fuck?
So I started 8-7. So
yeah,
quadruple, triple. That's how I started.
That's tough. Plus 7 through 2.
But then like 7 and 8, I parred. And then I had a 7 and an 8 on the back.
Yeah, that'll do it, dude. 14
Yeah,
strokes on
just
4 holes is tough.
a few holes gonna really do me dirty.
Yeah. Yeah. I It's funny that we're talking about golf. I haven't played since you were down, but last night I was laying in bed, could not sleep for the life of me, dude. So I'm just scrolling like aimlessly on TikTok, and I got a few golf TikToks that hit my page, and I was just watching them, and they were kind of like swing tip videos. But then I went into the comments of this one, and one of the top comments was, "Oh, this was like a really good tip. Like I'm gonna put this in my swing notes." And I was like, "Oh, swing notes! Like that's a great idea, dude." So I just like went into my notes app on my phone and just like took bits and pieces that I thought would be useful for me in my golf game and put them in there so I could just like look over them and then like after a round kind of be like, all right, was I doing this? Was I doing that? Like how I tried this, how did that work? But I
Yeah.
have like probably 3 pointers in there now that I just took from one like I mean I was on TikTok last night for a long ass time, but just from like a few videos I saw, took some pointers from them, threw them down in my notes app, and we're gonna see how it goes.
Here's the thing, my swing is so inconsistent that like I don't think I can tweak it yet.
Yeah, but you could like add things to it or try different things to get to a point where it's consistent.
Yeah, but like I think I just need to consistently have a good swing, and I'm not like topping the ball every third swing, and because I'm just I'm not even keeping my shoulders down and my head on the ball. I'm just fucking swinging for the stars sometimes.
Yeah, you do be swinging for the stars, bro. You swing so fucking hard.
That's all right.
Gleyber Torres, bottom of the ninth, base hit. One on, nobody out. Winning run comes to the plate, and John Birdie. Hell yeah, love to see that, dude. Makes us
Hell
hot. Let's get
yeah.
our 8-hole John Birdie pinch hitting for our catcher.
Hey, I mean, we're all talking about golf. Now we got the birdie kid. Like, maybe something special is gonna
That's
happen.
true, dude. That could be a good look. Dude, watch him just go absolute fucking swamp donkey to deep left. Aaron Judge last inning hit one 473 feet. I think it might be the longest home run of the year so far.
Nah, probably not, dude. Aaron Judge is little.
470. Oh, what a scoop, dude! He had a little like swinging bunt and almost beat it out. Hey, he moved the runner over. There's one out, and we've got Jose Trevino. What are we doing? Why are we pinch hitting Oswaldo Cabrera for Jose Trevino?
Maybe that's just the way to go. That's the manager knows what's best. He's making the right call. You gotta have faith, bro.
I don't know, dude. Boone sometimes like he'll manage a game like masterfully, and then he just other times just makes bonehead moves.
All right, well he's a fucking dog, so give him a break.
My dog is, yeah. My dog manages the Yankees. In case anyone is confused on what we're talking about.
Yeah,
Could
I
you
don't know.
imagine Boone with a little like Yankees hat on and like
And you just see him in the dugout,
he's like looking for like every ball that goes by, he's just like
and then sometimes he gets real serious. He walks up and down the dugout. He looks at his bench. He ponders his options.
yeah, he ponders his options and then he just barks and then
All right,
the assistant coach has to make a move. Boone is the Air Bud of managing baseball teams.
that would be nice.
Dude, how funny would that be an Air Bud movie, but he's like old and retired and just starts managing instead of playing?
They could do that.
They could do that.
Try to play it to like our generation, but like it's old Air Bud. Like this is the dog you grew up with. Now this dog's old, and
Now he's
you know
managing a
Jason Kidd in it
27-time World Series champion.
out there running the squad.
Yeah. Oh, I thought he got all of that one. Tyler, can you choose to say in or out, sweetheart?
He says no.
I gave her a little raw egg yolk on top of her dinner tonight, and she was
Okay.
dude. Whenever she gets a little extra on her food, she gets like extra
How's
peppers.
it?
It's so funny. She's like, hell yeah, I'm not eating cereal for the 15th time in a row.
I'm about
Well,
that.
you are. It's just cereal with added stuff on it.
Yeah. That's not a bad move. Maybe we'll start doing that. Because sometimes Ben eats like a meal a day, but that's about it.
Is he a grazer?
No,
No,
he
he'll
just
sit
eats
there and
all of his.
eat his full bowl.
Yeah, but you never know when. But also
Hey,
for the most
can't blame
part,
him.
no, for the most part, like his bowl isn't down for him to eat because Jacob will just go and like
Start munching.
pull it over and like put it in his mouth and whatnot. Like, so we keep it up on the
Maybe that's
TV
what
stand where he
maybe
can't
that's
reach
what
it.
he likes, bro.
No, I don't think I want my kid eating that.
What if dog food was just actually like superfood for humans, but like we would never know because nobody eats it because it's dog food?
That would be some shit because it's like I would just be real surprised if dog food was a superfood for humans.
Jacob starts eating dog food and grows to be 8'5".
Whoa, kid's a
320
unit.
pounds in the NBA. I wonder
He's
what the
gonna have the
tallest
worst
person ever
joint issues,
recorded
bro.
was. Yeah, for sure. Let's see. Tallest person in history. Just says Kim Jong Un is 9 feet. The tallest man in history was Robert Wadlow, who stood 8 feet 11 inches tall.
Wow, dude.
That's nuts, dude.
You're telling me he didn't even round up?
It's 8 feet 11.1 to be exact.
Who measured it? Maybe the ruler was a little bit off.
I would have guessed like 7'8" or 7'9". I wasn't adding a whole nother foot and 2 inches onto
A
that.
whole
That's
nother
crazy.
foot. That's a giant, bro.
Yo, for real. What this? Wonder when. Oh, he was born February 22nd, 1918. So it was like in relative
Recency.
history, pretty recent. Yeah,
They probably have pictures of him in color.
1918, maybe. I wonder how long.
Well, think
he
about
lived.
like by the time he was like full grown and.
I mean, if you're that big, there's no way you live past like 65, right?
Probably not, but you're probably at your tallest at like somewhere between 20 and 30, and then you start shrinking a bit.
He died. Oh, dude, He died when he was 22.
He was 22?
Yeah, dude, 1918 to 1940.
How'd he die? In the war?
I don't know. Oh, maybe that's actually a good call. Let me see. Could you imagine you're just fighting a war? You see this giant running at you with a machine gun?
Dude. So, before we played on yesterday, we're playing at Seaview. They have an LPGA tour there every year. They had a PGA Tour event there only once in 1942. Sam Snead won it. It was his first PGA Tour event or whatever.
Yeah.
So, me and my friend Owen, his roommate Matt, we are like walking up to where we play. They put your bags in a cart where the pro shop is, and then they drive them over to the tee box, and you like walk to the tee box. So we're walking over, and as we walk up, all I hear is Owen go, "Yeah, well, everybody else was getting shot up by Nazis." And I was like, "What the fuck?" And then we just like listened to the conversation for a little bit, and I was like, "Oh, the year that the PGA Tour was there was in 1942 during World War II." And I guess like there was no competition because like most people were in the
was
army.
fighting in the war. Yeah.
I was like, all right, that makes a lot more sense now.
That's a wild sentence to hop into that conversation.
To come into, literally.
Yeah. You're never gonna guess how this dude died. Just take. I'll give you 3 guesses.
Okay. He was run over.
No, good guess though.
He like tripped and fell real hard and hit his head because he was so tall. It was such a far fall to the ground.
No.
There was just like so much force.
Great theory though, dude. Because falling as an 8'11" man's gotta suck.
Yeah, bro. It took you fucking 3 days to get up. He was like hung or killed.
No.
You can't find a tree.
You need a crane. I was gonna say you need a crane to hang this guy.
100%, bro.
That's fucked.
You're not taking him out to the fucking cherry oak.
No, dude, he's gonna fucking just walk away. The fucking the Yankees lost. But alright, so he on July 4th of July,
whoa,
1940, during a professional appearance at the Maine Sea National Forest Festival. What was he appearing as? Just a tall ass
the
dude?
Tallest person ever. Come see this freak show.
Turns out he was actually just like nasty at Rubik's Cube. During a professional appearance at the Maine Sea National Forest Festival, a faulty brace irritated his ankle, leading to infection. He was treated with a blood transfusion and surgery, but his condition worsened due to an autoimmune disease. He died in his sleep 10 days later.
Damn.
Imagine just like you have a brace on your ankle, and it's just like,
Yeah, I'm a
damn, this
little
motherfucker's
sore.
not comfortable, and then you end up dead from it. That's what the
uh,
40s were like, dude.
that's
That's
crazy.
crazy. Modern medicine has come a long way, bro.
It sure has. It sure has. Dude, so we're hanging out the other night. It was Lex's dad's birthday, so her dad came down and we're hanging out outside and he's like, "Yeah, I was at this comedy show and like, my buddy was taking videos. You weren't supposed to have your phone out, yada yada." And I was like, "Oh, that's cool. Like who was it?" He was like, "I don't know, dude. I have no idea who it was." And I was like, "Oh, okay." And then I was like, "Where was it?" And he was like, "Oh, it was at MSG." And I was like, "Oh, it was at Madison Square Garden. Okay."
So it must have
And then
been
he
somebody huge.
and then he shows me videos. He shows me a video, and I'm like, "Dude, that's Andrew Schultz." And he's like, "Yeah, yeah,
Oh!
yeah, yeah. You know him?" I'm like, "Yeah, bro. Like, yeah, I know him." He made it seem like he's at like some little comedy store. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's like, "Yeah, dude, we're at this comedy show, and like, we weren't supposed to have our phones out." I'm like, "Oh, okay. Like you're at a little
That's most
comedy
comics.
store.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're like somewhere like a little Brooklyn or Staten Island comedy store. I didn't think you were at Madison Square Garden seeing Andrew Schultz." I want to know who opened for him though.
I know. I remember he was promoting, or I saw a video come out like a few months ago about him telling his dad that he was going to be performing at MSG. And I was like, damn, Andrew Schultz at MSG would be a fire fucking show. I was like, I
Yeah,
bet that's just like the pinnacle of getting an Andrew Schultz show. He's probably not going to, unless he does MSG again, he's probably not going to top that. You know what I mean?
Red Rocks. That's like the only
Lex's
one.
dad is just casual. Yeah, yeah. Lex's dad is casually just like finds himself there. Andrew Schultz at MSG. No, we went to this comedy show.
Yeah, it was somebody's. It was like somebody that he works with had tickets, and he got 6 of them. And then he's like, "Yeah,
Damn,
fuck it, I'll go."
that's dope.
Yeah. Um,
Damn, comedy show at MSG. That's crazy. That's like 20,000 people, dude.
there was a lot of motherfuckers, dude. They were pretty far, but like they had big ass screens up and everything, so like you could see like on the screens and whatnot.
Yeah,
It
that's
looked
dope.
good, dude. It was probably sick.
I wonder if that's gonna be like his special. Like if he's filming a special there,
Maybe.
that would be cool. His stand up is hilarious, dude.
He does do really good stand up, dude. He's a funny guy.
Yeah, yeah, he's good. His podcast is pretty funny too. I watched the one when he had Lil Dicky on after his album a few months ago dropped
Okay.
for or the soundtrack for Dave. And it was absolute comedy gold, dude. Him and Lil Dicky, fire combo.
Yeah, I could see that. Lil Dicky is funny because he's like very, very like practical and thought out and will like explain his thought process, and that's just like comedy in itself.
It is, dude, and he's so good at it too. Like he will say something, and then people will be like, "Huh?" Like it makes sense what he says, but it's like, how did you get there? And then him explaining how he got there to that thought process is the
Yeah.
funny part of it.
Or he says
And
something
I feel
and
like
you're
that's just like
like,
the pinnacle of comedy in his show. Like that's the
yeah,
comedy style in his show.
yeah. Or like he says something and you're like, huh? And you're like really not don't understand what the fuck he's saying. And then he's like, no,
Yeah.
no, no, like hear me out. And then you're like, all right, like, yeah, I guess I see what you're saying here. That's still a
Have you
wild thing to say.
have you yeah have you seen the video of him going sneaker shopping?
No.
It's like this. I think it's in Brooklyn, but it's like the sneaker store that celebrities will go to and get interviewed and like buy sneakers. Um, and he did it after his album dropped. Yeah, Lil Dicky goes sneaker shopping with Complex, and he buys. It's so funny. He's at the register, like checking out with his shoes, and the guy comes over and he's like, "Yo, Dave, I found the ones you were looking for," and they're just like feet shoes, or like sneakers, but they look like feet.
Look like feet?
And he's like, "Oh, sick! I'm definitely gonna get those." And then she like checks him out and says like, "Your total's like 5,000 something." And he's like, "Oh, 5,000? No, 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 no!" And he like starts to like just start like taking stuff off that he doesn't really want, but he like needs the foot sneakers. And then he gets it down to like 2,000. He's like, "Okay, that's like more respectful." But it's just like the aspect of him being like frugal still, like a normal person would be, but he's
But
like a millionaire, like super famous millionaire. Was so funny, dude. It's just like he is really good at like being relatable to common folks still, even though he's like this massive superstar.
Aside from the fact that he's still spending two G's at a shoe store.
Yeah, but I mean that's something like I would do if I was making like six figures. Like if I had a $300,000 job and I just really wanted to go get like 2 years worth of shoes, I would do that. That's not like that. Like shoes are expensive nowadays, dude. A nice pair of like Nike like Jordans are like $300. I mean, think about it. It's really only like
Yeah,
five
that's
or six
fair.
pairs of shoes.
Yeah, that's fair.
Especially at the store in Brooklyn, I'm sure those prices are not cheap at all.
No, yeah, they're for sure fucking gassed up.
But it was so funny. I'll have to send you the link to it.
I'll check it out. I've been watching things again now that I'm home more and like
What you
not
been
working.
watching?
Little Green Light Pod, little fantasy footballers. That's it. Around the Horn PTI sports.
Oh, no, like Netflix shows or anything?
Nope. I don't have that
There's
much time, dude.
there's a show that would be really easy to watch for you now because it's only 7 episodes and each episode's only like
Whoa.
28 minutes long. Um, but it's the number one show on Netflix right now. It's called Baby Reindeer, and it's about this guy he like was born in Scotland and he wants to become a comedian, so he moves to London to like pursue his dreams. And he has a side gig as working as a bartender at the pub. And this woman walks in one day and starts telling him how she's like this famous lawyer and all this like crazy stuff. She's been with famous clients and all this. And so he offers her like to serve her something, and she's like, "Oh no, like I don't have any money for anything." So he just gives her like a Diet Coke on the house. And from that moment on, she becomes like a crazy stalker of his. So it's like it's only seven episodes, like I said, but the whole story is about how like he's trying to become a famous comedian, but he's got like this psychotic stalker and all this other shit happens where like he meets a famous writer that he like loves a show on, and the writer basically grooms him and is like, yeah, like I'll get you on the show, I'll make you famous, blah blah blah, and ends up like raping him, and it's really dark at some points, but it's a really good show and it's super easy to watch. Like I think I watched it in like 2 days.
All right. All right. I'll think about it. I got a lot of other things that I want to watch. Is there any way that I can watch the Tom Brady roast?
If you want to, if you have 3 hours to kill,
Hmm.
it's on Netflix. You don't have to watch it all at once, but it is 3 hours long.
That's a long fucking anything. That's long
I feel like
anything.
I feel like that would get old after like 35 minutes, 40 minutes. It's like the roast.
It wasn't good enough. Did you? I guess you didn't watch it.
Watched it. No, I've seen clips and stuff, but I haven't watched it.
Did you see the? Did you see any clips from Tony Hinchcliffe?
Does that kill Tony?
I believe so.
No, but I heard he murdered.
Murdered. Extremely savage. I don't remember all that he was saying, and I just saw it once, but I was just like, oh my goodness! Like my eyes just kept getting wider. Um, I was cracking up, dude. He's funny as fuck. I've seen some good clips of it though. I feel like I don't know, it might be worthwhile.
Yeah, I love a good roast. Like some of those Comedy Central roasts were like so funny and so good. Like the Justin Bieber one was so good.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Netflix. I heard that they like edited out the part where Kim Kardashian got booed off stage, or she didn't get booed off stage, but she got booed while she was up there, and they like edited it out. And I'm like, that's not the point of a roast, dude. Like it's supposed to be unfiltered, like completely unfiltered.
Yeah, that's fair.
And also, like, why is Netflix like protecting Kim Kardashian? Why do they care? You know what I mean?
I don't know, women's rights and shit. They don't want her. You shouldn't be bashing other women. We should be standing up for women.
She wasn't. She was making jokes about her trans stepdad.
Yeah, that's fair. I feel like uh your right to not get booed. You kind of lose that when you start making fun of people.
Yeah. And especially if the jokes aren't good. I saw a few Julian Edelman clips and he bombed. Like his jokes were good, or the ones
Did
that
you
I
see
saw,
his
like they
joke
were
about
good, but
Aaron
his delivery.
Hernandez?
Yeah, that one was a tough watch, dude. Like I think
Yeah.
his delivery on that was just not good enough because it was a good joke. Like it would have been funny, but he just said it so awkwardly, and I was like, ooh.
Yeah. I feel like you have to like really get into it for that one, but then it's like you're kind of like fucked can I really say this? And like, do I even want to
Yeah,
say it?
dude.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's wild. So Lex said something to me about it. She was like, "Oh my," she was like kind of surprised that they make jokes, and I was like, "Dude, when we're on the golf course and I hit a ball that no, I'm never seeing again. It's in the water. It's so far into the trees that like it's not coming back." We literally say, "Gone forever, Aaron Hernandez," and she's like, "Like no, you don't." I was like, "Yeah, dude." I was like, "Bro, it's just, like that's the bros, dude. It's locker room talk." Like,
No, that's really what it is though. Like it's not ever said with any actual ill intent. Like
and like
that's all jokes too.
let's keep it a buck. This guy was a fucking gangster and a murderer. Like he murdered multiple people. So that's like,
He
you
wasn't he
know,
wasn't a saint. That's for sure.
right. His wife is like, oh, like I have to raise my kids in this world. Like this is what people are gonna think of their father. Okay, they're gonna do a quick Google search of their father, and they're gonna learn a real lot, and they're gonna learn that he was like what he really was.
Right. There's no like protecting your kids from that stuff anymore. Like
Yeah,
I
yeah.
saw Lana Rhoades, the porn star, did like a I don't know if it was like a modeling shoot or like made or just like in a movie or whatever, like a regular movie. But everyone was saying like, dude, what are you gonna do like when your kids see your movies? And she replied to it with a video of her like the modeling movie and like her kid like not watching the modeling movie, but her kid just like being a kid, whatever. And everyone was like, that's not one. Those aren't the movies we were talking about. And two, like your kid's probably gonna come across you on the internet at some point. You know what I mean? Like
Getting
this kid,
absolutely destroyed.
yeah, your kid knows you're famous, and like they're gonna see those videos at some point. Like that's something you're gonna have to navigate. Which, hey, I mean, not my kid, not my life. Like do whatever you want. I'm not judging or anything, but like, couldn't be me.
If that kid goes to school, they're gonna get bullied, and they're gonna be like, "Look at your fucking mom getting slutted out. Like, look at how much of a whore she is." Blah blah blah. Like, bro, that's probably how they're gonna find out about it. Like, it's probably not gonna be them like stumbling upon it. Like, ooh, like I want to start watching porn now. And then, oh my goodness, that's my mother. No, it's gonna be some. It's gonna be some fucking bully. It's gonna be like, your mom's a fucking whore. Look at her getting dick down.
Yeah, especially if this kid goes to public school, which I doubt will happen if your mom is
Even if it's
Lana
private
Rhoades. But
school, bro. Like those people
yeah,
are there. Those kids are sometimes even worse.
could homeschool him. Still finds out.
They might.
Yeah,
There's like an older sibling and a younger sibling, and the older sibling's like, your mom's a fucking whore.
oh Jesus Christ! Hey, it could happen. You never know. I feel like if you do go the homeschool route, then it's gonna be. Would you rather them find out through a bully or find out on their own? Because it's equally horrifying, in my opinion.
Well, I wouldn't want them to get bullied. That's the thing.
Yeah. But I feel like at some point every kid comes across like a time where they're potentially bullied. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, that's
I
fair.
wouldn't consider myself bullied, but like kids, like they're, like not your friends, because I don't. If you're truly friends with someone and they're just fucking with you, I don't consider that bullying. Although some people do. But there were times where like every kid is just gonna encounter a part of their growing up childhood where you could get bullied. Parentheses bullied. It
I
just
definitely
depends on
got
your
bullied.
reaction, really. Like, yeah, dude. I never like reacted to it. I would just be like, whatever, fuck you. Like, I never took it to heart. But like, not everybody's like that. Some kids are actually genuinely get bullied, like for one things that they can't help, or two that you know what I mean. Like,
Yeah, like
it's
their
just gonna
mom's a
happen.
fucking porn star.
Yeah, but kids gotta have thick skin. That's for sure.
Yes, yes, they certainly do. So what else is going on? You want to talk about Kendrick and Drake?
I was just gonna ask you that, pal.
So like I'm a little bit caught up, but like not everybody's like caught up. So like, why don't we just like take it from the top?
Take it from the top. We can take it from the top. We can take it from the bottom. We can take it from the middle.
You will probably take
can
it
just take it.
anyway you want. Anyway
My
that's
name's not
available.
Lana Rhodes, dude.
Ah, it's close enough.
Jonald Rhodes. That's my new name. But yeah, the Kendrick and Drake beef, dude. Saturday night was absolutely electric
Silly.
because so last week we talked about Kendrick had dropped Euphoria. It was a
Which
banger.
was great. I listened to it. It was really good. Um, I enjoyed that one a lot. I listened to it and I was like, all right. I was like giggling throughout it because like it was funny, dude. It was just like Kendrick hating on Drake and hating on everything that I hate about Drake too. And it was
Yeah,
just like on his hater shit, like just like this is all the shit I don't fuck with about you, and it was awesome, dude. It was great. I loved it.
fantastic diss track. Um, but still kind of just like that playful,
Yes,
competitive
it
rap
was
vibe.
playful.
And then Saturday, Drake drops Family Matters. I don't know if you listened to that at all.
Didn't Kendrick drop something before that?
He dropped
616 in LA.
616 in LA was before that, which honestly not the track I go back to the most out of all of this like beef stuff. Still really good track. Still more of that kind of just like playful, a little bit more edgy, like competitive spirit, like rap battle. Like I think he just had 2 tracks loaded up to drop. Like he'd be like doubling down on his initial.
Because in Euphoria, he mentions back to back, like Drake's
Right.
back to back album, and then he was like, "I like that. Oh, let me get back to that."
Yeah. Yep. And he dropped
So then
616
he
in
went back
LA.
to back.
Yeah. And it was a good
And
track. Like
616 has a bunch of different meanings, but I think the one that I like is it's Canadian Father's Day. So it's kind of
oh
like
yeah, I saw
it's like
that.
kind of like I'm your daddy, but it's also like
Yeah.
calling Drake out for his uh I don't know, hiding his kid and alleged plural kids.
Well, that and that's like kind of a play on a lot of Drake songs where it's like 4 a.m. in Calabasas, but he
Yep.
has like a
Yep.
lot of songs that are titled like a time and then a city.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I forgot that was the track where he dropped the bomb where he revealed that Drake allegedly has a hidden daughter, 11-year-old daughter. So that was a good time. And then Saturday, like I said, Drake drops Family Matters, which I think is his best track in this whole thing. It's a good song. Beat goes hard. I think Drake was really rapping to rap on this one. Great track. I think it's great. Tells Kendrick like you're a white beater, blah blah blah, whatever.
Yep.
Which none of these allegations. This is the one thing I
And
have with this beef. None of these allegations have any factual proof, like on
right.
Drake's side and Kendrick's side. So
Right. Oh, he said I think it was two things. He said that Kendrick beats his fiance and that Kendrick's son is actually
his manager's
his
son.
manager's. Yeah, Dave Freeze.
So yeah, so those were like his two like punching bag points in this song. And we're sitting there and I remember specifically Maggie was out with her friends and I'm sitting there on the couch watching a movie and I saw this on Twitter. Twitter's going crazy at this point. Drake drops and we collectively I feel like all listened to it at the same time and Twitter was buzzing. And then out of fucking nowhere, like 25 minutes later, didn't even give this man time to marinate his song that he dropped. Kendrick drops the eeriest, devilish fucking sounding diss track I think I've ever heard in Meet the Grams, and just blows this whole thing up, dude. Like he's just like,
Yeah.
I'm predicting. He said I can even predict your angles in Euphoria, and then proceeds to predict his angle with the shit that he says in Family Matters, and then he goes, "Oh, Family Matters, Meet the Grams," and then he starts the song off by saying, "Dear Adonis, I'm sorry that man is your father," and I'm just like, I'm sitting on the couch like, what the fuck is going on, dude? This is insane, bro.
The whole thing was crazy, bro. Like the Dear Adonis part, he was basically saying like your dad's a piece of shit and like I'm sorry that he's your father and like you deserve better and like you're not going to be like him and like you're going to like come talk to like find me when you need like wisdom and like you might not get it now but play it when you're 18 and it'll make sense. And it's
Exactly,
just
dude.
like Jesus
And that's just the first
Christ.
verse, dude. Then he goes
Yeah,
on to
dude.
talk to
His mom
his
and
mom,
dad
his
and
his
basically
parents,
he's
and then
like
himself.
yeah. Well, so it goes his mom and dad and he's basically like your son is like a piece of shit, master manipulator. He's like a like a pervert with sick thoughts and he's a demon and all this stuff.
And he
And
needs
like
to die.
you should have wore a condom and like I wish he was dead and he should be in a cell with Harvey Weinstein. And then he goes, "Dear baby girl," and all this shit alleges that Drake has an 11-year-old daughter that he's been hiding from everybody because he doesn't like, I guess he's like ashamed of her mom. She probably a thick woman. You know Drake's a sick fuck too. He's got that one line, "I like thick women because my aunt, she rode equestrian." Like he said that shit and like the first time, no, not the first time, but when I was young, I was like, that shit's fucked up. Like that just sounds fucked up, dude. Like you like thick women because of your aunt. Like just pause right there. Like stop.
Maybe rethink that bar.
Yeah, dude. And like, whew. And then yeah, he goes on to be like, "Dear Aubrey, like you're a sick fuck," basically. He's like,
Yeah.
"I don't hate you. I got no hate in my heart. You're just a piece of shit, and I'm just talking on all the shit you did."
And I believe Alchemist was the one that made the beat for that song, and it's just like over some spooky sounding fucking jazz, dude. We're just dun,
Like
dun,
yeah, it's just
dun,
like
dun,
piano
dun,
keys.
dun, 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 and it's just
Yeah.
like listen to regularly. Like that's how dark it is, bro. That's one you hear once or twice, and you're like, oh shit, okay, like don't need to listen. Don't need to listen to that anymore. I got what you're saying from that. Like I think if social media wasn't a thing and Kendrick drops that song, I think it kind of goes under the, like, people don't really know about it or hear about it very often because it's strictly for Drake. You know what I mean? Like, it's not a
Yeah.
song for us to be hearing, but we are hearing it obviously because that's just this day and age. Like, that's how rap music is. All music in general is. Um, and it's just like, dude, it was like, how is Drake gonna respond to this? And basically, on Twitter, there's this theory floating around at this time that Drake is feeding all of this information to Kendrick, and I think Drake saw that theory and was like, okay, that's the angle I'm going to take in my next song. But he didn't. I think Kendrick dropped again after Meet the Grams, and then Drake dropped. So Kendrick drops Meet the Grams, and then drops Not Like Us, which is just like the song of the summer, dude. Like, that song is going to be played all over the clubs across the country, like all throughout the summer. It's a fucking bop. Like, it's catchy. He's still doubling down on everything he said. But it's a song that you can listen to outside of like the beat itself. It's a song that
Yeah.
I think it broke Spotify record for like most streams in the first day, like highest charting hip hop song of the year.
Damn.
Crazy song, crazy fun song. Yeah, it's been just going nuts like on TikTok and everything else. Like, I've seen so many videos of it just getting played in the club like the night after it dropped. Crazy, like huge vibe song. Everybody's just jamming to it. And then Drake drops another one,
The Heart Part 6.
The Heart Part 6, and he's basically for the entire song just saying, "Nuh-uh, nope, didn't do that, nope." Weakest diss song I think I've ever heard. I think MGK's diss on Eminem was better than this song. Like, I think Drake kind of just like went on defense and rapped defensively the whole song, and at that point it's like, okay. And he also has the bar where he's like, "I know you got 10 more tracks to drop, but I'm tired," or something like that, and he just bows out basically.
Yeah. He's basically waving the white flag and like pleading to stop. But like before Kendrick dropped anything, he was like, "Oh, when are you gonna drop? Like, when are you gonna drop?" Was like taunting him.
Yeah.
And now he's like, just get it over with.
Well, it's funny because I think it's Push Ups where Drake has that part in the song, where he goes into a verse or whatever, and then immediately in the hook or like right before his next verse, he just goes drop, 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 and then Kendrick proceeded to drop like 6 songs, like
No,
on his
literally.
face, dude. But all in all, dude, Rap Beef, one for the ages, might be the best Rap Beef of all time, I think, just because of the longevity of it and how everything played out. Like, the whole Kendrick dropping 25 minutes after Drake dropped, his response, I think, was an angle nobody saw coming.
Drake 100% had like knew that song that Drake was gonna put out and knew the lyrics and like, you know what I mean? Like 100% Drake's got a rat that was leaking his shit straight to Kendrick.
Yeah.
And like to say that they were feeding him information, maybe a little bit of bullshit. But you're not gonna feed him I'm a pedophile. I have sex offenders on my payroll. Like,
right.
and like, those are
you know
some
what's
strong
you know what the
allegations.
you know what the best part about that song is? Literally in the same song, Drake says, "The people you get your info from are clowns," and then a minute and a half later, he said, "We were feeding him information." It's like, you're calling yourself a clown then? Like, what? How does that make any sense? And also, if Drake was feeding him this information, he immediately would have made a statement or made a post or anything on social media saying, "Nah, this is all fake. Look, I fed him this information. Here's the receipts." You know what I mean? That's not
Right.
something you would just let simmer for like 2 or 3 days.
Mm-hmm. And then be like, "Oh yeah,
So,
actually, I remember I had my boy tell his boy to tell him that I was gonna do this. We actually were planning this the whole time."
yeah, we planned this all out. I didn't immediately shut this down when I could have if I had the receipts. You're like, there's no way, dude. If you had the receipts for that claim, you would have dropped that immediately and just been like, "Nah, dude, this guy looks dumb. Like, look at these receipts."
And how about that shit with fucking Drake putting out a song with AI Tupac and AI Snoop?
Yeah, that was whack.
That's stupid.
It's like, well, that's why in I think it's Euphoria where Kendrick's like, "Am I battling ghosts or AI?" It's like, yeah, dude. Drake is known for having ghostwriters, and he literally just put out a song using AI. Like,
Yeah. And
I'm
like,
just glad. I'm just glad that, like, I mean, you and I specifically on this podcast for years have just been not the biggest Drake fans, and we kind of get clowned on that. I feel like because everyone's like, he does have the numbers to back up like how successful he is and all this, and it's like, why are you're just hating? It's like, no, dude, there's just something off about him that like doesn't sit right with me, and it all just came out into like public air, public space, and like,
he's
I don't.
a movie star.
He's an actor who can rap words that are given to him. Like, he's not an MC in my eyes. He's not a J. Cole. He's not a Kendrick Lamar. He's not a Denzel Curry. You know what I mean? Like,
No, like, and he just like a movie star in the way that he acts, and like I just like hate that shit. He like wants to be like petty and pretty and like in the tabloids, and it's like for all like the wrong reasons.
right. That's
And it's just
exactly
like,
what it
yeah,
is.
I'm just not really a fan of that whole thing.
Yeah. Granted, I will give him, like, he makes hits. Like, a lot. There are a lot of songs that he's on or he has that I have on my Apple Music library and I bump like pretty consistently. But I'm not gonna sit here and say that Drake is the best rapper of all time because he's not a rapper. He's
No,
he's an actor.
you are not a rapper. You're an actor,
But I'm not a
and I
rapper.
am not a rapper. I'm a trapper.
Um,
And Kendrick's not a rapper. He's a woman slapper.
in other
Oh,
hip hop news, Denzel Curry tweeted a few days ago and then deleted it that the album was coming. So we get a Denzel Curry album this year. That would be sick.
or we don't because he deleted it.
No, I think he did that as a tease.
I think he did it because like maybe samples aren't clear, and he's like, oh fuck.
I don't know. Man, who's to say he even had any samples?
More like Denzel scurry and delete it
More like Denzel Washington.
because he's washed.
Denzel Curry and JID are the next Kendrick and Cole of the rap game.
You think so? Is
Yeah.
Denzel like TDE and whatnot?
No, I want to say, I don't think he's independent. I think he's signed to a record label, but I don't know which one. We can find that out very easily. Let's see. He is signed to Loma Vista Recording.
That's what I was gonna say actually.
Were you? He's only 23, so he's gonna be around for a minute. But yeah, I think him and JID are like the next two like big rapper stars. I think Joey Badass could be up there too, but he stays out of the noise.
Yeah, yeah. Um, Kendrick said something about ayahuasca and stripping the ego, and it made me want to do that.
Yeah,
Those are my thoughts about the rap beef.
that is apparently. I mean, I don't know. Like, obviously, I've never done it, but like apparently a lot of like addicts do it, and it gets rid of their addiction like instantly almost.
Interesting.
Like if someone's trying to smoke, like quit smoking or quit drinking, or you know,
What if I'm trying to quit potting, but I'm just too addicted to it?
we're too addicted to the lifestyle, dude.
Not even, bro. We be skipping now and again.
We do, but that's life, dude. That's too. We have to.
Yeah,
It's not because we're
yeah.
not just like, we don't want to do this. It's just like things get in the way.
Yeah, we got shit to do. And priorities.
Watch your priorities.
Any other tune music? Oh,
Tune music. That's my favorite type.
first of all, everybody that was clowning on J. Cole 2 weeks ago is now like, damn, that motherfucker was smart. Like,
Yeah. Well, apparently, dude. So actually, I saw a tweet that said apparently Schoolboy Q gave J. Cole the heads up to like exit the rap beef because he knew it was gonna get like
silly
bad
like this.
because
Yeah,
Schoolboy Q is on TDE, I think, and like close with Kendrick. And I wonder if that was something that happened
I
at
think
Dreamville
so.
Fest.
I don't know if it happened at Dreamville, but I think like for sure there were conversations had like, yo, this is like real serious beef, like serious between like Kendrick and Drake, and like, not to say you can't handle yourself, but like your probably best bet is to just stay out of it
Yeah.
because you don't want to get like caught into something that's like bigger than what you're expecting to chew off, because it's not a playful rap beef.
Well, what makes me think it happened at Dreamville Fest was because one, Schoolboy Q was there, and two,
Yeah.
that was the night Cole like came out with the
Well,
apology
yeah.
was his set.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering if like, and I mean his album was brand new at that point, and 7 Minute Drill was only on streaming 2 3 days. But I think Cole when he dropped 7 Minute Drill, he's like, all right, like this will be a good rap exercise. Like he didn't say anything bad about Kendrick other than the fact that like, I'm a better rapper than you. Basically, that's pretty
Called
much
some of his albums
most tip.
flops.
Yeah, that was the worst part of it. Like
Yeah.
I don't think J. Cole had any idea like pedophilia allegations were gonna get started chucked across the
Yeah.
country.
Yeah. Yeah. And like these were like Drake was like, all right, you know what? I'm gonna take a cheap shot and call him a woman beater, probably thinking that Kendrick wouldn't take it there. And Kendrick, and here's the thing, like I think for sure 100%, like Kendrick knew word for word what Drake was gonna say in Family Matters, and that's why he
Yeah,
did. That's why it's Meet the Grams. That's why it's like he's like, all right, you want to get into the family shit? Let's get into the family shit. And like, it's gonna be way worse than anything you ever saw coming. And like, hopefully, like I guess in Kendrick's mind, hopefully anything like he could have on Kendrick.
yeah, and it was. I mean,
Yeah,
the shit that Kendrick said about Drake
it was
completely passes what Drake
malicious.
said about. Yeah, dude, it was mean spirited. That's for sure. And it's so funny too, because like all the J. Cole memes that have been going around, it's like J. Cole during all of this, and it's just like him like frolicking in a field, like living his
Or
best
like,
life.
dude, sipping on tea in the
Yeah.
tropics. Like,
And then yesterday, dude, somebody posted to Twitter that went viral, and it was like, bro, I'm not even joking with you. I went to walk the beach after work and just like clear my mind and like end my day peacefully. And I ran into J. Cole, and it's a picture of J. Cole on the beach, just like making beats on a computer with his headphones around his neck. And everyone's like, dude, how funny is it that the memes
that's
that we were making were
wild.
actually fucking true?
Cole's actually just on the podcast with Draymond and KD talking
Oh,
about like
really?
all this shit. Yeah, I actually just saw a
Talking
clip
about the
of it on
beef?
Twitter. Yeah, yeah. He
Oh, I
was
might have to peep that.
I just saw like a random like clip on Twitter that was like broken up and chopped together. I think it was like 2 minutes long, the video I saw. But he was basically just like, nah, like, like we like I've always like fed off of these guys. You know what I mean? Like they've
Yeah,
made me a better rapper. They pushed me to be a better rapper, and like now we're all at the top. He's like, and these are the only two guys that are at this level. So there are literally the only two motherfuckers that like can relate to me and can relate to like the level of fame and like what we're going through. You know what I mean?
right.
And then he just was like, and like, you know what, dude? Like, I got no fucking beef with either of these guys. And at the end of the day, like when I look back, I don't want to be like, damn, dude, like we were at the top together and we never even really kicked it. He's like, I just want like a genuine relationship with these dudes and to be able to like hang out and like chill. You know what I mean? And he's like, I don't want to have look back and be like, you know what? Like I never even kicked it with like these dudes that I was at the top of the game with. Blah blah blah.
That's why I fucking love J. Cole, dude. That's why I love him. He's literally just like the Bob Marley of rap.
For sure, for sure. Bob Marley of rap. I guess that makes Bob Ziggy.
Yeah. Yeah, honestly. But yeah, and I think like by J. Cole bowing out saved the chance of him and Kendrick doing a collab album someday. Like, I think if they went actual, like, bar for bar, like, and beefed it out, like, I don't think that ever happens, but I think J. Cole's apology has saved that slight chance we still might get that album.
Yeah, I think that's possible, too. I don't know, though. I feel like Kendrick just don't really fuck with people.
No, I mean, he gets on Future and Metro Boomin's album, and he gets on songs with
Yeah,
J-Rock.
that's true.
And, you know what I mean?
That's
like,
true.
Apparently they
J
started
to the
it, like,
ROC.
back in the day. I saw a video of Kendrick and J-Rock performing Money Trees back in, like, 2012 at a Best Buy, and I watched the whole thing. It was awesome, dude. And I was like,
That
bro,
sounds
could you
lit.
imagine looking back and being like, dude, I was front row Kendrick Lamar and J-Rock performing one of the, like, greatest rap songs ever made at a Best Buy? Like, there's just people buying TVs behind us, and, like, they have no idea, like, what's going on.
How legendary this is.
Yeah.
Did he ever do a Tiny Desk? I don't think so.
No, I don't think he did, but he would put on a fire Tiny Desk concerts. He's got great songs for it.
Mm-hmm. I agree. His Tiny Desk would hit.
Yeah, we got to get him on there. I feel like that's a perfect setting for him, dude.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll get him on there, Johnny.
Yeah, he's gonna listen to this and be like, "Oh, it's a great idea. Why didn't I think of that?"
Kendrick, if you're listening to this, I'm sorry I said that thing that you slap women.
He drops a Kenny diss track. Meet the Stillwells.
Oh my goodness.
Dear Jacob, I'm sorry that man is your father. Sorry, Jacob. This is a J. Cole household. We're not listening to Kendrick for the next 18 years.
Yeah, you can listen to him when you move out.
His Jacob's birthday's coming up in like a month, isn't it?
For sure, dude. Yesterday was his 11-month birthday. I guess. I don't know what that is. 11-month anniversary, I guess.
Big 01.
It's coming up, dude. Less than a month away.
I saw this thing on the internet like a while ago, and I never understood why like parents would be like, "Oh, my baby's 18 months old," and instead of just saying 1. But then I read into it more, and like now that I understand it, like babies, like their growth is so much of a difference in those like first 24 months than from like 2 to 5. You know what I mean?
100%.
Like, there's a big difference between like a
12 and 18 months
and a 19-month-old. Yeah.
All right, we're gonna cut this podcast short.
Sounds good to me.
Can you hear Jacob?
I can. He's screaming for his baba.
Yeah, he needs a little love. He's looking at the camera. He's like, "Oh, guys, come and get me."
He's like, "I heard y'all talking about my birthday, and
yeah,
I got excited and woke up."
All right, Jacob, I'll be there in a second. I love you, bud.
We'll get back to it next week with some more sports updates and all that shit.
Hell yeah. In the meantime, go NHL, go Phils.
Go Knicks. Come on, dude.
Say hi to your neighbor and give somebody a hug. Smooches.